I just took the big dog for a spin.
Okay, 6 months ago I picked up a new Yamaha T7 World Raid. Before riding it, I fitted an Akrapovic slip-on muffler, then fitted some Pirelli Scorpion off-road tyres to get a feel of how this bike really behaves in the dirt. Yep, I was kind of expecting it. The World Raid is a weapon, but I wanted to get rid of some junk, so I stripped the rear end and reconfigured the indicators into a nice tail tidy. Then I got rid of its lead acid battery and replaced it with a lithium unit. But I wasn't stopping there. Given this engine is 72 horsepower, I figured I could drop even more weight and drag by downsizing to 520 spec sports bike chain and sprockets. Basically what you'd run on a 450 motocross bike. It can take the power, no problem, but how will it handle 7,000 kilometers across Australia? I'm willing to find out. As for the overall weight saving at the rear end, perfect. The suspension is great, but I wanted to make it even better with stiffer fork springs and a Touratech rear shock. These bikes need a decent bash plate, so I made one of those too, which I'll probably even make available for purchase. And now, for the absolute icing on the cake, I'm fitting a full Titanium Akrapovic Rally system. Even more weight saved and a few more horsepower as well. All up, I've dropped 12 kilograms of weight off the World Raid, which is almost ready to start saddling up for a massive trip across Australia.
So, I've already done 6 videos with this World Raid since I picked it up in January this year. A bit of an introductory one, stripping weight off it, then did that catch-up ride with Hollis, and he took the standard T7, the Dark Horse 2.0, 3 or 4 others after that. And the funny thing is, it's only got 930 Ks on the clock. Like, it's just run in, this bike. 200 of those at least was with my old mate GK, Glenn Carney. He was over with his family, and yeah, we just snuck off for a ride, bit of a pub run, and he rode the World Raid. like, I've evolved this bike to my bike. Like, it's sick now. It's awesome. It's everything I want an adventure bike to be. It's got pretty good fuel range, really good fuel range actually. Goes without saying, the off-road performance. Like, it's a safe bike to be on, because the majority of these adventure bikes, their suspension's not good enough for their weight and their speed, you know. They're too big, too fast, all of them. You want it to be a 200 kilo enduro bike if you're riding it off-road, not a 200 kilo street bike off-road. And that's the goal with these things. It's taking the standard model, if you're using it for off-road, and making it handle itself off-road. Yeah, so in saying that, it'd be a shame now to just give it back to Yamaha. And after all the work I've done, so I said, look, I want to do a big trip on this thing, saddle it up, go on some epic journey across Australia, and, you know, actually use it for what it's designed for. I've punched out some pretty big solo adventures lately, so I wanted to change it up for this one. And so I invited a friend along. And again, these projects, these missions, we're not just floating around, it is another project, so you got to be very strategic. I've got a lot of great friends that I, you know, in time we'll do some fun rides with, but when it's project mode, you've got to align with a soldier, you know, like someone who's just going to suck it up, get it done, put in the work, and not complain, and has got the skills to do all of that, and help me out if I need it too, you know. And my old mate Rodney Faggoter, I had a sick trip with Rod last year on the old machines, the Warhorse and the Super Tenere. Rod's good for it, he's good for all of it. Gun on the bike, legend in the outback. He's a good companion for this journey, he's a good laugh, epic rider. And right now I'm on my way to Perth to pick up his World Raid, which he's had shipped over. So we're basically gonna start in my backyard and ride to his backyard, which is where it will end up being probably about 7,000 k's away, diagonally across Australia through the guts and up into central to North Queensland. This looks like the place. Someone's just picked up a KX.
Yo!
Rodney!
Got her on board or what?
I've just collected what looks to be a blue Warhorse. A proper desert beast, mate. She looks good.
Yeah, she'll be good, mate. She'll look pretty second hand in about a month's time, right?
Yeah, no. A proper war pig by then. Nah, I meant, oi, when do you reckon this Shocky's going to show up? Have you got a tracking number for me?
Yeah. It was in Western Australia yesterday.
I'm just going to copy the settings on my shock. It's the same shock, right? The latest Touratech PRO set, did you get?
Yeah. It's at post office waiting for
it's there. I got that notification. I thought it was something I ordered, but it's your shock. I'll get it on the way home. I'm going to put it in this Arvo.
Happy days.
Happy days. We're on. No, that's
it's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Do I need crazy bladder backup? A couple of 10 litres? What do you think?
Well, if we do get to do that Connie Sue, like I've got three of those 11 litre giant loop spawn. So I reckon potentially we need 3 if we're going to do it.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll get.
It's 800. It's 800k if we don't.
Yeah.
Have a problem.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty serious.
You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, mate. That's pretty serious. All right.
I've got days of food there.
Yeah.
I've got heaps of fuel. We'll be
Oh, I
sweet.
got to get you a gas bottle too. I'll get that today.
Oh, yeah, cool.
So we're on, Rodney. We're on.
No, it's happening. It's happening. Yeah. Good. No, it's good.
All right, I'm heading over to my mate's workshop and see if I can't get me bash plate on there. It's a nice little crush bar you've got, but it does look pretty low, so I'll just carve up.
I think you'll get it on there. You just might have to notch it out a bit, maybe.
Yeah,
I think it'll go.
It will. I'll just carve out a couple of those low points. It'll be pretty close. So yeah, you'll have a custom jobby.
Yeah, that's me.
Sweet. The factory bash plate for Rodney's bike. Wow. Finished product. This looks trick. Needs a logo engraved on it. Rain's hit. These bags will be getting a good test.
One rear shocky for Rodney. Time to give Rodney's horse a run and just safety check all the new features. The shock, the bash plate. Look at him, he's all over it. He's already installed his own Motology GPS mount. Legend. He's got some weight on board, jeez. Oh, she's smooth as silk. But so far so good with the shock. It's a kicker. Beautiful. Man, he's got some weight on board. He's got the friggin' kitchen sink in here. She's pretty slick today. Very slick. I'll just feel it out. It's not my bike. But so far so good. Rodney's gonna love it. Oh, she's muddy. So far so good. Oh, she loves it when you feed her some. Whoa, cluck the front. That's what I needed to do. Test the bash plate. He must have a carton of baked beans in one of these saddlebags.
Hello.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, good, mate.
I just took the big dog for a spin.
Yeah.
Have you done anything with the fork, or are they standard?
Stiffer springs.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing else. Oil levels are the same. I think the preloads we rock right off.
I'm
you
gonna
find it soft or hard?
way soft. Hey, the rear end is faultless, but the front just can't cope now. Anyway, all good. Maybe just a bit more preload, couple of clicks stiffer. You'll know, you'll see. I won't do too much, but just to balance her out. But mate, she's primo. Got the factory bash plate. The shock.
Putting that firmer shock in's probably folded the fork, made the fork seem soft now.
Metal to metal easy, and I wasn't even trying that hard. It's just, yeah, more so than I would have expected. I thought you hadn't touched it, that's all.
Clickers are original and the preloads wound right off, so there's
Yeah.
a fair bit of movement there to be had.
Yeah, like when I first took off, I thought, wow, this thing feels like a pleasure craft compared to mine. But it just metal to metal so quickly with this weight. What do you got in the bags, man? There must have be a carton of beans in one of them.
There is actually.
I thought so. You got heaps of food on board.
Yeah, I got a fair bit of food on board. There's a bit of weight in that.
I think you can deal with it on the fly. At worst, we'll get some oil at a servo and tip a bit more oil in your fork. But between the preload and the clickers, she'll come good.
Yeah, a little bit of both. It should be all right. It's not like we've got to be.
No, it's just those shock G outs that catch you out. I just thought it was. Anyway, you'll see. You'll know.
Whereas before I found it, the fork probably outdid the shock.
It's totally opposite now, man.
Now
you won't. Yeah, no, she's good.
On the other way now.
Yeah, it's completely opposite. It's putting a bit more expectation on the fork.
Yeah, it'll be holding the back end up, because that's what I mean. That rear shock was pretty
sagged.
Way better than a standard T7, but it was still pretty. It was the weak point at that stage.
You can't put all this luggage on a standard shock and expect it to still work properly. These things are designed for exactly that. And as a bonus, you and I can send the bikes harder because they're sprung and valved so well just to take the pillion and all their luggage. So it's a win-win for the just the punters and anyone who wants to ride hard off-road, because it's really good. I just replicated my settings, put it in, and it's faultless. They're the settings I come up with when I put luggage on my bike. So she's good to go. She looks like a bloody Aussie Desert pig now.
No, she's ready. And loving it. Should be good.
No, it feels good. All right.
When you're tucked up like a fucking mad kangaroo, fucking starving out there, I might even shout your feet.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what's in there. You travel pretty light otherwise. It must be all food, but it's a good call. We got to eat. We got to eat.
Probably a few tools, a few spares, but I'm catering for everything.
Yeah, good. I haven't even undone a zip yet. I won't be nosy, but I might. All right, mate. Good stuff. I'll talk to you soon.
Right, mate.
See you, Rod. Later.